Hi, this is Catpawz Presents, and today I'm going to be talking about 8 things you can do if you've been sent back home from school because of COVID. Now, this can apply to, if someone in your school's got COVID and your parents are like, oh my god, get back here, you're never going there again. Or if someone in your class got COVID and your year's been sent back home. So, first of all, go home with a mask on and sanitized hands, because you never know, your family might have not got it yet and you don't know if you would have had it. So it's best to take precautions. So always sanitize your hands, make sure you've got a mask on, and keep a safe distance away from your family. Now, number 2, greet your family, because you don't want to just rush upstairs, but at a safe distance, but then instantly go upstairs. So make sure that they know what's going on. They probably already do because you're going back. And then go upstairs and make sure that you're a safe distance away from any members of the family that could be at risk, or just in general, just be safe around them. You don't want them to catch it in case you've got it. Then number 3, empty everything out of your bag. Now, this might be like, yeah, but how's this going to help me if COVID is within me? If COVID is just hanging around me, how's this going to help? Well, it just kind of does, I think, in my mind anyway. Emptying the bag is like emptying all your mental clutter. It's like your bag it packs everything up for that day. And considering that you might have COVID, I'm not saying you do, but you might have COVID. It's probably a good idea to empty out your bag and just have a little check-in, like what's going on in my bag? Because you don't know when you're going to be going back. So then, because then you'll just, when you do go back, you'll just have everything in your bag, and that might be useful, but, for instance, if you left your lunchbox in there, something's going to be mouldy, it's going to be a bit yucky, so it's better to take all that kind of stuff out straight away. And if there are snacks there, eat them if you're hungry. I mean, I'm always hungry, even if I'm come back home halfway through the day, I'm still hungry when I get home. I don't know why. It would just be an instinct. I get home, I'm like, right, where's the food? Right. Number 4 is test yourself. Now, this is kind of obvious, but I added it anyway. Test yourself as soon as you can. If you've got a test in your bag, if your school gave you a test, then great. But if you need to get a test from the house, make sure your family know that you need to get the test, or ask them to drop it off by your door of your room. Number 5 is organise schoolwork. Now, we don't know how long you're going to be staying home for, so you need to organise your schoolwork. I made the baddest mistake in the universe. I shielded for 2 weeks from school, and the first week I didn't ask for any schoolwork, and I immediately regretted that the second week, because I realised I was behind on a lot of things. And so when I wasn't on holiday, in the holidays, I had to do all the work that I didn't do, and it's just annoying. So make sure that you know what you're supposed to do. Email teachers, look at whatever you use, like Teams or Google Classroom. And if you have Notion, sort out your notes and work out where you are in the class, and start testing yourself. Make sure that you're always up to date. Don't leave it hanging, because you never know how long you're going to be away for. Then number 6, I don't know, is connect with friends. Now, this is really useful actually, because if you are away for a really long time because you either have COVID or your parents are like, right, yes, connecting with friends really helps with your mental mind and just everything going on in there. Because if you don't connect, because we're social beings, humans are social beings, and if we're connections, we need to always be connected to people. So obviously, if you can't see people in person, then just text people, FaceTime people, just do all that kind of thing, and make sure you're always connected. Always be connected, because it's useful for your mind and everything else in your life. And also then you can relate to people. If other people are shielding, you can be like, yeah, shield buddies. And then number 8, was that 7? I can't remember. I don't know, 6, 7. It's one of those. I'm kind of losing track. There's 8 things, isn't there? No, that's 5. I know, it's a number. It's the last one though. Is tidy your space. Now, this kind of, I don't know if it'll make sense to you, but it makes sense to me. It's a bit like the bag thing. It's if you're going to be in an area for quite some time, you don't know how long you're going to be there for, you should tidy your space up. Because I don't know if you've heard about this, but some people say that your space reflects what's going on in your mind. So for instance, you could have a really nice tidy corner of the room. That's my tidy corner. Well, okay, it's not that tidy at the moment, but what is normally tidy. And then you can have a really messy side of the room over there where I dump most of my things. And that kind of reflects how your mind's going, which means that I've got a tidy space in my mind and a really messy one, which kind of makes sense. But if you tidy up your space, even if you can't tidy up one bit, for instance, there, I find it a bit difficult to tidy. But as long as you can tidy most of it and organize most of it and just kind of, I don't know, make it seem more fresher, it'll be better for your mind and everything in between. And also you might be there for a while. You don't know, because I mean, hopefully if you're going through this, you haven't got COVID. But if you do, or if you're shielding, you're probably going to be at home for quite some time. So it's a good thing to just make sure your space is zen and peaceful and it's just not chaotic and in your face. Anyway, those are my 8 things to do if you're sent home because of COVID at school. Please hit the like button, subscribe, and check out important links down below. Check out my Instagram, check out just anything, to be honest, that's down there. Check out my blog. And yeah, I hope I'll see you next time. Bye!